welcome all back to SipTeawithSenpais. We are sorry for our super long vacation. Life happens, y'all. How you doing? But anyway, today, Hyder will probably join us later. But today, we are doing a live reaction video. Um, for today, we are watching, there's a Facebook page called Fabiosa Life. With Fabiosa Life, it's a Facebook page initially discovered by my fiance Aaron. It's dedicated to storytelling, which originally they tried to say that every single story they told on there was true, which they weren't. And eventually they were like, yeah, it's not true. But basically, with each story, it tends to follow like three themes, and it seems to go across like every story that we've watched so far. So the one thing, something bad happens to a woman, usually by a man's doing. The woman suffers, perseveres, and then they eventually, the instigator either gets their like they get their comeuppance basically. So, but usually they all become a hobo at the end. I don't know why that seems to be the main thing going on between these. So,
That's weird. Okay.
it is.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
the idea
but
that trifling men don't deserve to live in a home.
but basically when he first came across it, he would just spend hours like trying to tell them, yeah, this would not work in a real life scenario. And they were like, yeah, this stuff's all true. It all happened. But basically, as we go on, you'll eventually see, yeah, this will not work in real life. Like, there's no way you could possibly do that. Plus, just watching the animation on some of these is hilarious for the small things that happen. So, yeah.
See, okay, hold up. Because initially when you brought this up, my mind said, is this gonna be gotcha life stories?
No,
Because those are wild.
I've watched a couple of them. I just think they're weird. But these are just, well, they're supposed to have good intentions, but like I said, you can follow it with logic and you definitely understand, hey, that's not supposed to happen that quickly. Or that shouldn't happen at all. So alright, so I'm going to share my screen so y'all can look at the videos. I have to mute them for copyright reasons. Well, I don't know. Well, I mean, it's not like they talk in the videos anyway, because it's all based off. I mean, it's just wording on the screen anyway. But I'll mute it just in case. But I'm gonna have our senpais up here in the corner, so hopefully that'll make our editing a little bit easier. Or I'll figure something out in editing. But anyway, so we got they're about 4 to 5 minutes each, depending on what's going on. And make sure I close these out. We are going to watch 5 of them.
Okay.
This one. No, not 4. I meant not 5. 4 of them. Hello, everybody. To our lovely audio viewers out there, because you won't be able to see our screen, I will be putting a link to each of the videos that we looked at in the video today at the bottom of the description, so that way you guys can figure out what's going on for what's going on in each video. Alright, back to our programming. Alright, so we'll start with this one on the left. Sorry, I have to move Senpais. Okay, so this first one is, I forgot what the title was. She was considered a bad employee because she had a baby. Alright, can y'all see it okay?
Yes.
Let's play this first one. Oh, words. My boss kicked me out. Oh yeah, Aaron and I tend to read them. So I guess I'll narrate. This isn't a dairy farm. Don't do it again or you're fired. And just how the animation is. The next day I managed to express some milk with the WC. That way my daughter wouldn't go hungry. But it was all in vain. Why is she so mad? The fridge is for employees, not your baby. The sitter caught a bug and I had to take my daughter to work.
Wow.
Sleeping quietly when my boss went berserk.
Wow.
Scared by the noise, the baby woke and started wailing. Shut that stinker up!
I wouldn't put it past somebody.
The boss lady was already going for my girl. But slipped and broke her leg.
That's what you get, bitch.
Emily had long wanted to fire me, and she finally got her reason. I need normal workers, not a single nursing mom. She fucking touched the trash box, like what the hell? She put up a scorching reference on every site. No one would hire me. I pawned all I had to pay rent. But when I ran into Emily, I was down to 0 again.
Wow.
Call a compensation for my broken leg.
Wow.
This is some white ass nonsense.
Oh, wow.
Oh no. See,
When kids saw my daughter's handmade toy, they all wanted the same. And so I started making toys for everyone.
That's nice.
It's nice, yeah. The owner of the shelter noticed my talent. I know how you can get out of here. I worked hard to open my shop, my own knitted toy shop. I gave a job to every mother from the shelter.
Oh, that's beautiful.
One day, my ex-boss came to apply for the assistant shop owner.
Wow.
She got pregnant by her lover.
Oh, look at you. Oh.
And he kicked her out of his store. Oh God, why did you push it so
The comeuppance.
Like a petty
I do
steak.
hire single moms. Because they're hardworking and responsible.
I would have been petty.
Alright? I've been in her place, so I didn't hold a grudge. Girl, if you didn't hold a grudge, something's wrong with you. On her first day, she went back to her baby on her lunch break and forgot to lock the shop. The entire the cash register was swiped. How the hell did that happen? Please don't call the cops and fire me.
Dumb bitch.
I'll give it all back, I swear. Instead of sacking Emily, I gave her a gift. Oh God, really? Basically, she I forgot what she did, but basically she let her work for her anyway and had to make her pay all that stuff back. But still, I was like, bruh.
Way better.
I'm stuck on they all end up homeless situation. I'm like, okay.
Usually, yeah, you'll see with the ones from later on, but this is like an example story, and then you should be able to see the theme across the rest of them. But what did y'all? I know it cut off at the end, but what did y'all think of these stories? The story so far, this one at least.
I think some of it makes some sense. Like, yeah, there's probably corporations and companies out there that would absolutely just like fire a person because they're nursing and are like, you're not contributing to the job that I have you doing, so I need to fire you so I can hire someone better. But it's discrimination in a way. But I like it, and there's some like realistic stuff in there. But like, god damn. I
Yeah, but I'm
definitely.
like,
to say, and I'm just like, I'm too petty for some of the stuff she went and did. I'm like,
right. So I'm like, if you're gonna like throw a breast pump at me, yell at me because I have no one to take care of my kid, then what? Why didn't she quit? That's my thing. She should have just quit from the beginning. I
Throw a
was like,
breast pump at
Yeah.
me, bitch. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna put
Or
the.
you know, once she got fired, officially fought her for real, for real. So I'm like, what's the worst you can do to me at this point?
I wish I can't remember what happened at the end, but hopefully the next one I'll refresh the page just in case because I was like, I don't want to lose this one. Let's see. Okay. Meant to mute. Let me start over because I went kind of fast. Alright. I became a surrogate to provide for my hubby and his lover. That's this story.
Oh,
Huh?
Exactly. My husband lost his job due to injury. I didn't have the money to pay the bills and cover Isaac's treatment. I decided to become a surrogate.
Oh.
That way I could make some people happy and help my husband. I got my paycheck, but Isaac took all the money. Why?
Cause he ain't shit, nigga.
This is my compensation for looking at you, chubber. But then Isaac got better and started going out all the time. I'm trying to find a job.
He's trying to get some ass.
Future mom of my baby said she was divorcing her husband. You're not taking this child. I realized I wouldn't get paid for the surrogacy. When Isaac found out, he bailed. I was left all on my own and with other people's baby. I decided to sign the child away after birth. But after labor, the baby's dad came back to me. Jim paid me in full and took his son.
okay.
Our divorce never meant I didn't want my child. Once I had the money, I thought I could try to get Isaac back.
Nah, fuck that nigga.
Mm.
I came home from the hospital and saw my stuff on the street.
See, this is where you gotta take someone.
Isaac was living in my house with his lover. And the lover was the woman I carried the baby for.
Oh wow, she should.
Wow.
You don't live here anymore. But I got the money. Isaac grabbed the cash.
I would have put that in a bank deposit. Fuck him.
Like she was stupid to go back to him in the first place.
My daughter and I ended up on the street, not a penny to our name. We had nowhere to go and I didn't know what to do. But then I ran into Jim. Out of despair, I told him everything. Jim invited me and our daughter over. I could use some help around the house with the baby. At first I worked for Jim, but then we fell in love. A caring wife is all I ever wanted. It wasn't long before we tied the knot and I became mom to my surrogate child. Sometime later, our ex showed up one day. They got into an accident together. Come
I'm just like, City, you're not my problem.
He's disabled. He went back. He wanted to get back with me, so I'd take care of him. And Jim's ex begged him to take care of her too. But we didn't help either of them. We had enough of them and their cheating. Still, I'm grateful to my ex. He was the reason I became a surrogate. And that brought me my devoted, caring husband. Now that I have what matters most, a loving family. Okay, this one was nice. But I'm waiting on the hobo one.
I'm just happy that they didn't go back.
I
I don't know
right?
why, but that last part of the story when she was like he was disabled, my brain just went to Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I was like,
Right.
same thing just happened in that movie. I swear.
It might as well have been just, with kids.
Exactly.
Right.
I was about to say, but so First, a mom was thought, and the first husband was trash fire. So you know what? Good job, girl. You got your kids. You got your new man. Y'all living together, they're happy. Good job. Leave them by the wayside. Let them figure it themselves out. You don't need to be
Was my
there.
thing though. She completely ignored that first red flag that popped up. Like when she said she was gonna be a surrogate, and he immediately got better.
Right.
I'm just like, hold up.
The fact of the matter
So
is that you have to become a surrogate in order to get some funds. Like, what the fudge? Like,
Right.
what's happening?
like, I can understand that because at that point, it's what am I gonna do with this year if I still have to save money in the first place?
Right.
It's still a job, but you got to be willing to put up with that type of job. But I can understand that.
That whole husband was trash
It's just
fire.
that red flag for me, and I was just like, okay.
Mm-mm.
But still, I was so mad. I was like, he left you after he got the money. I mean, after you got the money, he dipped. And I'm like, but you're still trying to go back, okay?
Your money. No.
Right. No.
And you over here homeless with your child, girl. They better show you.
Yeah.
That
Alright.
nigga.
On to story number 3. Her husband married her off to a homeless man. This one's gonna be.
Okay.
This might be our hobo episode. Might be our hobo episode. We'll see. My husband made me marry a homeless man. My husband caught me in the arms of a homeless man. He accused me of cheating, but I was just helping the guy. 2 days ago, he refused to pick me up from work at night. I don't have time to solve your problems. My purse was stolen and I couldn't get home. The homeless man named Austin helped me. He gave me his last money so I could take a cab. I was so surprised at his kindness that I asked him to come with me. I'll give you your money back and I will help you with the paperwork. I put up Austin in the basement for a few days. How the hell did he not notice? You didn't notice because he was home for 4 days. Then one day I got sick. I had no one to call for help with Austin. You caught us. I immediately chased Austin away, handing him his restored documents. I tried explaining to Hugh what happened. But Hugh kicked me out of the house. I ended up on the street. I gave birth to my son and put him in a foster home. I had no home or money to support him. I figured I'd take my son back when I got Hugh back and got my life together. In order to get Hugh back, I had to become beautiful again. Girl. He had seen me fall in love again. I got a job at a nearby cafe to earn money. There I saw Hugh with another woman. I overheard them talking. You finally got rid of your wife and child. I realized Hugh had cheated on me while I was pregnant. I explained where he was and he didn't pick up that night. I realized what a mistake I'd made when I gave up my child. I wanted to take my son back. But found out his new family had already taken him away.
Oh.
I wanted this homeless man thing, please.
I blamed everything on that homeless man. If it hadn't been for him, I wouldn't have lost my husband and child.
No.
I wanted to do a good thing and I ruined my life. Suddenly, there was Austin with my son. After I kicked him out, he got his life together. Sure. Austin had wanted to thank me and congratulate me on the baby. But the hospital found out I'd given up my son. Austin adopted my boy. Well, in a matter of how long? I wanted to save me. I wanted to save him the way he saves me. I can give this child everything. Except a good mother like you.
Aw.
Then I told Austin everything that happened to me. Austin asked me to move in with him and soon we became a family. One day I ran into my ex Hugh. Guess what happened? He's a homo! His lover dumped him and kicked him out. Come back to me.
No. Go stay in the
No!
gutter where you belong.
Better than that stinky homeless guy. I didn't go back to Hugh. Better not. Austin's long ago washed away his bad smell, but your infidelity can't be washed away.
Right?
Homeless Austin became someone who takes care of me and my son. Now I don't regret that good deed. That's me. Who would have thought a homeless man helped me find a real home? Yay!
Y'all. I promise you, at some point, I'm just like, oh, she is a Karen, and she is going to be a Karen.
Right.
Like she was a Karen for a little while, and then you're like, oh no, you're just pathetic, and then you're like, okay.
No, I was like she became a Karen to me when she immediately started getting mad at the homeless man. I'm like, he did absolutely nothing.
Right.
You found out your husband was already was cheating on you after he got rid of you. Look like your husband was doing that anyway with the homeless man, had nothing to do with it.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh no, she's a Karen. And she's gonna stay a Karen. She might when he showed back up with the baby, she might have stopped all of it. But I'm like,
Right.
she's still a Karen.
Girl.
And that's what I was just like, well, I'm happy for you, lady, but you was gonna be a problem at some point.
He was.
At least she's evolved from, being trash. It took her a while, and it took
For
her
now.
It took her hitting rock bottom to evolve from that. But at least she's on her way to do better.
Maybe.
But girl, is
But
all these
hopefully-
videos just men ain't shit?
So far, yeah.
No, it's what it seemed like.
Alright, this one is she became a beggar to save her husband's lover. This one was so creepy. This one I have to do full screen because the animation is so damn creepy. Okay. I became a beggar to save my husband's lover. Scram, beggar! Why the hell are her eyes two different ways? Walking out of my favorite boutique, I tripped over a poor girl. Help, please. I feel awful. I didn't help that dirty, frumpy woman. Back then, I had no idea I'd meet her again in such an unlikely place. I married Matthew for his fortune.
Okay, gold digger.
He's like up front
I
though.
always went to beauty salons and bought the best dresses. I didn't love Matthew. I cared only about his money. But one day Matthew kicked me out of the house. Found a young lover. He gave my diamonds to her. Oh, my diamonds. He froze my accounts and didn't even give me my designer clothes. Matthew left me with nothing. Oh, boo-hoo. I went back to where I came from, the street.
He said, this girl's for the streets.
When I was a kid, my mom kicked me out and I often spent nights outside.
Wow,
How
that's
the hell
awful.
did they not notice a kid outside? I lived in poverty and that's why I married Matthew. But I ended up on the street again and had nothing to eat. I went to a restaurant to ask for food. The woman saw me. Turned out Brittany was the owner of this restaurant. The day I met her, she really felt ashamed. She was dirty because she was crawling and asked for help. I thought Brittany would kick me out. but she offered me a job. I worked for Brittany and provided for myself for the first time in my life. One day I ran into Matthew's lover. Matthew had kicked her out with nothing as well.
Wow, he's really ain't shit.
I could get back at her for stealing my husband and leave her on the street. But I helped Scarlett because I had changed and realized I was unfair to people. I was full of myself and thought I was better because I was rich. My arrogance didn't let me help Brittany, although I should have. Once I lost everything, I realized wealth isn't really about money. Being wealthy means being kind and sympathetic. After all, it doesn't matter how much money you have. What matters is the fullness of your heart. So, that's the last of them.
I just want to know what happened with Brittany. Why she was even on the ground crawling around.
Exactly. That is
What
literally
happened?
that was literally what I asked last night. I was like, Bebby, why the hell is she on the ground? And he was like, I don't know. I was like,
That's the only thing I want answered. I'm like, spoiled brunette lady, and like you sat up here and still became like this, even though you initially grew up on the street.
Right.
I could have care less about where you're going.
Right. I'm like, did she faint? I don't know, somebody steal something from her? I was just like,
It's just like I want to know what happened with this lady, and I'm like, hold up. How did you just randomly, I guess, spill the coffee? That's what it looked like. Dude. Like, answer those questions. Especially if you're going to reintroduce her, answer those questions.
right.
Nah, she was like, but okay, I like that last story. Again, men ain't shit. Is the point of all these stories is that the patriarchy is alive and well, and that men don't deserve women. Period. Not at all. And I was surprised. She was like, you know what? I could have got revenge against you because you stole my man. But she was like, you know what? Let me give you a blanket. Come inside. Let's go get something to eat. And I was like, oh, you have grown better. I still, like Alexa said, I still want to know why the first lady was on the street. What happened? But
Right.
I mean, hey, it's. I like that story. I like it really. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I can appreciate the fact that all of them came out happy at the end, but at the same time, I'm also just like, there's some problems within y'all.
Yeah, like the one that got me the most was the lady with the breast pump. I mean, the one that was feeding the baby at work or whatever.
That one.
But when she hired the other lady, how I don't know how they broke into the register and just stole everything. Like,
I know she said the story said she left the door unlocked when her ex-boss left to go nurse, I guess it was. I don't remember that deeply.
Mhm.
When she left to go do that on her lunch break, she left the door unlocked.
Yeah. So they just probably just came in, broke into the register, took the money,
Probably.
and left.
But I would have never hired that boss lady
I
in
wouldn't
the
know
first
If
place.
you have why, I'll be a petty bitch.
I'd be like, this
Also,
is where the
you
petty
fired
kicked
me?
in to me.
You fired me because I'm over here nursing, and then you throw a breast pump at me. Okay,
Right.
I'm calling the police on you.
That tried to fight my baby. That
I'm-
what got you hurt in the first place.
I'm suing you. I'm taking you to court. We're going to the Supreme Court, and I'm going to win. We're going to make new laws for the book because what you just did was discrimination and assault. I ought to take a chair to your head.
But no, like if I did hire her, I was just like, you got one chance, and she ruined it on the one chance. So I was just like, that's it for me.
I would have made her clean.
I tried to be nice.
right.
I would have made her clean toilets the whole time. Like, you got to clean up all this. This is for you. Wipe up all this poop.
I mean, but you know, she was still a manager type or boss person, whoever. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure her experience, technical. I guess, put her in a was gonna put her in a fairly good position. It's just she ruined it on the first go, mind you.
Yeah. Did y'all see the similarities, I guess, between all of them?
The same. They all look like they were all the same ain't shit nigga. I'm like, that or they're all cousins. I'm just like, y'all are all related, aren't y'all? Y'all have to be. It's the family trait.
I mean, I get the lessons, but you know,
Yeah.
sometimes
But-
you gotta look deeper than that.
Yeah.
Or you know, certain things just stick out better, like further, that are deeper and not related to the lessons.
Right. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us this week, y'all. We will definitely try to get back on track as soon as we can. We're all out here adulting. You know how hard it is to gather us together.
Yes, we're trying here, people.
We're trying, y'all.
Hey, like I say from anything, I ain't doing nothing with my life. I got free time. Y'all know this. I'm also just unproductive, so if y'all don't tell me.
Girl. But
yeah, we're gonna call this an episode. Please subscribe, like this video. We will be back as soon as possible, we promise. And we will catch y'all in the next time.
I've been Naira. That's been Kai. That's been Alexis. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hey there, all. Here at SipTeawithSenpais, we have fun, don't we? Geese is just that animal. I was saying geese is just that animal that you don't mess with. That animal over there, nope. Don't you want to just grab a cup and drink some with us?
You just tell everybody the truth, and people who just can't handle it. You're the one who can't handle it.
Join us here for anime news.
Also, the merge between recently we found out that Funimation and Crunchyroll pretty much merged. So I'm hoping to get more English dub on Crunchyroll because I'm sorry, but I don't like reading. I'm American. What? Okay? I don't like to read.
Cosplay tips. This is on record. I did 6 2 years ago. And fun surprises.
That's all you
Complicated, the what was it, sin, whatever, and yeah,
and cosine.
sine, cosine.
Tangent.
Do y'all want me to just tell you what it is?
Yes. What
Just,
is
just
this?
go for it.
It's the hashtag. It's that symbol.
I'm turning it off.
I promise you.
We're available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Podbean, Google, Pandora, Google Play, I think, and so many more. If you can't find us, please feel free to search us on Google at SipTeawithSenpais. It's the easiest way to find us. Check out the description in our videos below, and we will join you soon. Bye bye.